Hey YouTube, my name's Paul, and I'm back on Jinzo&Tonic's channel with another GOAT format deck profile. Today I'm going to be coming at you guys with my burn list. Real quick shout out to Jinzo&Tonic for letting me do this video, and also shout out to Matthew Cheek. If you're watching this video, Mr. Cheek, this is basically your burn list, almost card for card, but I made a couple changes. I honestly don't even know what they are. I just switched out a couple of things that I didn't like. But yeah, this is a pretty standard GOAT format burn deck. There are a few different variations of burn, but this is the most generic, like normal burn list that you'll see out there. So let's just get right into it. Got one Cyber Jar to get you started. Really good card, helps you just get really just 5 cards into your hand. You want your opponent to have a bunch of cards because it sets up your secret barrel as well as your just desserts. Next up we have 3 Mask of Darkness. Helps recur your traps. It's your Magician of Faith for traps. 3 Stealth Bird. This is another really generic burn card. Set it, and then if you flip summon it, then you can burn it for 1,000, and then it also resets itself with its own effect, which is really good. The fact that it's level 3 means that it can get around level limit area B in some situations, poke for a little bit of extra damage. And then we have 3 Des Koala. I like it as a 3 of. It's just setting this card, having them run into it with something, and then burning them for a bunch of damage is really, really good. It's a good way to start the game off. And then 2 Lava Golem, just to deal with your opponent's board and put extra damage on the field. And then for the last 2 monsters, 1 Morphing Jar and 1 Tsukiyomi. This card's aight, and I like this card in the main deck to not only reset my Des Koalas, but to also deal with cards like Thousand Eyes that are kind of oppressing me. So that's it for the monsters. Next up we have 3 Wave Motion Cannon. Most basic burn card. Let it build, let it rip. 2 level limit area Bs and 2 messenger apiece. Floodgates help protect your stuff, helps you set up your burns. And then Pot of Greed and Graceful Charity for the last 2 spells. For the traps, we are playing 3 Nightmare Wheels, 3 Just Desserts, pretty standard burn cards, and then we're playing 3 Secret Barrels, as well as 3 Ojama Trios. This helps set up your Secret Barrels, helps set up your Just Desserts, and helps clog your opponent's board. There are no level 2 fusions. They cannot be tributed for a tribute summon. These tokens are really, really annoying to deal with. And they also burn for 300 whenever they get destroyed, which is also really nice. And then we have 3 Solemn Judgments just to protect whatever you have going on. A lot of times in game 1 they only have 1 or 2 outs to your stuff, so if you can just make sure that you get those outs dealt with, Solemn Judgment will help. And then for the last 2 traps, Magic Cylinder and Ring of Destruction. That is it for the main deck. And going on to the side deck, we have Breaker and 2 Mobius for spell and trap hate. And then next up we have 3 Nimble Momongas to help deal with OTK decks, decks that are just oppressive with monsters. Set the Momonga, get 2 more Momonga out when it gets ran over, and then gain life. If all the Momongas go off, you net 3,000 life points, which is really good. 2 Princess of Sagari. This is good for the mirror match, and also for just decks that play a heavy spell and trap count, warrior decks and stuff like that. And then last for the monsters, 1 lava golem, just for if you feel like you need another one. 2 Book of Moons for defense, deal with stuff like Thousand Eyes. Mystical Space Typhoon for just extra spell and trap hate. And then 1 Double Snare and 1 Malice Dispersion. This card kind of sucks. It's a hard counter, no cost out to Jinzo as well as Royal Decree, and it outs both of those cards. And since those are 2 of your more problematic monster cards, or 2 problematic cards, being a monster and a trap, you just kind of have to play this in a sense. And then this card I actually really like because it is chainable, which is hilarious. This actually can stop cards like Call the Haunted, which has actually come up before, so I think that the Malice Dispersion is actually kind of okay for what it is. And then 1 Mirror Force to round off the side deck. So yeah, that is my GOAT format burn deck profile. A lot of people don't like playing against decks like this, and I really don't understand why. I think that Alt-Win is really fun. I actually think it's really fun to play against, and if you know how to side deck correctly, then it shouldn't be too much of an issue. You should have a 15 card side deck that kind of covers all the bases. So although burn might steal some games, if you know how to side against this deck, then it's really not as scary as it can be if it kind of catches you by surprise. But burn's really fun. There's a lot of different variations of this deck, and hopefully I'll get to showcase some different variations of burn sometime in the future. But yeah, thanks guys so much for watching, and if you have any suggestions, comments, let me know down below, and peace, I'm out.